Once again,
I'm all out of ball.
once again, we're back. Cryos Blaze and
Avon Clark, how are you guys doing this afternoon?
oh, we hope you're doing good.
Time to
Well, this guy's Bomberman today.
So that's a very funny story. Before we start getting into our actual topic, this morning I've been down to grab a quarter outside of the Cardington schools, and I carry I guess a suspicious looking bag. Well,
He's got a big old red bag. It's a messenger bag style.
Yeah. Well, apparently, the Cardington schools thought that I was carrying a bomb or at least some kind of weapon because they called the cops and had them come search me because I was acting suspiciously with a huge red bag. So I had to show him I had nothing in my bag. That was a great way to start off my morning.
Well, start off the morning with something funny to tell. Yeah, it went missing.
Mine did too.
Huh.
I had to get replacements.
Interesting. Here's another thing. In our actual topic.
put on to my pants for me.
That just sounds dirty.
We have people who can't see you right now. Imagine what they think.
Well, it's not my fault that I just stripped. But don't worry though, I'm still in my shorts. Have to go play. I'm here to throw balls and punch faces, and I'm all out of balls.
Yeah, we know.
We've known for a long time.
Oh, he's got one ball now. Alright, so what we're going to talk about today. We went to a play the other day. We were the play.
We were the main actors.
I was plastic carton.
And I was recyclable, the narrator.
It was a play for second graders.
And I'm pretty sure we knocked their asses off with our spectacular performance.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure they didn't understand what was going on.
I know a lot of them laughed at me, and there was one kid when you asked about what to do with the box, he yelled, "Burn it!
Burn it.
Burn it!"
Burn
He
it,
sounds
kill
so
with fire.
damn determined.
Burn it. Kill it with fire.
He sounds so determined.
I'm a dragon.
I'm a fire-breathing dragon.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a while. Choking on spit.
He needs a Heimlich maneuver.
I need CPR. Remember when I was a kid, someone asked my brother if he could perform CPR. He's like, CPR? I can't even spell it.
That was just bad.
That's Dragon Emperor over there.
Hi.
But you know what? Screw it being a talk show. This is a comedy show now. It's always been a comedy show. Who are we kidding?
It's a comedy talk show.
Yeah. So, that's what she said.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. That's a bump full.
Doing that action, you know, when you put your two fingers beside your mouth and you stick your tongue through them and lick. You know that dirty joke. Just the other day, I watched a animated movie. I watched an animated movie called Ronar the Barbarian.
You was telling me about that, right?
Yes, it is the most raunchy, dirty, unrated film ever made, in my opinion. This thing is on the level of Sausage Party. And the Danish version actually shows nudity. The dubbed English version doesn't. There's even one scene where the main character Ronar has to cover his whole body in invisibility lotion, and he has only enough to cover most of his body. He missed one spot. Guess where the spot was?
The nutsack.
His whole package is showing. The leather thong he's wearing is holding his nuts. And
Are you talking about like something the barbarian?
what? Ronar the Barbarian.
Oh my god, I saw this guy react to it. Like,
Saber Spark?
yes.
Yeah.
Dragon Emperor.
This guy's nutsack is running around this elvish castle thing, and he's getting shot at by these pixies with little tiny arrows.
Oh, and then he gets shot right in the balls.
There's a scene where he trips over something. He's on the ground and he gets pin cushioned.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, so there's even a scene later on. He's completely visible and he's still pulling pins out of himself. Talking to a girl sitting right there next to him. And the worst part about this movie is it knows it's raunchy. It knows it's going to be dirty, but it's still good. Exactly. It doesn't even try to hide it. It's just, we're here and we're proud.
One thing that was like incredibly dirty there for a while, but they started toning it down in the newer seasons was High School DxD.
Oh my god.
Season 4 they toned down.
I never really liked High School DxD. It's just, I don't like the storyline.
It's hard to get. It's hard to get around. Big. War between angels and.
Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna ask you guys to put in the comment section some anime suggestions. I've ran out of good ones to watch, and I need some. But please, for the love of God, sweet Noel, just don't comment JoJo. I can't stand that show. The art style makes me physically sick.
I've never seen JoJo.
Don't. The art style is crap. Yeah, I said it. I don't like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
There was a.
Fuck off.
I almost didn't watch Soul Eater because of the art style, but
Soul Eater's art style matches its tone.
after watching Soul Eater, I was like, I'm glad I took a chance with this.
Yeah, Soul Eater has a good storyline to match its art style. JoJo's art style is just, how can we make these women look like men?
Monkey D. Luffy.
Give them fucking muscle!
Monkey D. Luffy is another art style that's kind of like, kind of funny.
Yeah, One Piece. One Piece has this nice art style that matches its chaotic world, and it works. Same with Fairy Tail.
Hi, sir.
Same with Fairy Tail. And I hear a lot of people calling Fairy Tail the poor man's One Piece. I don't disagree entirely. I mean, it is pretty true. Because Fairy Tail does have a lot of the same premises as One Piece. They're both show and jump anime. Or wait, is Fairy Tail show and jump? I don't think so. No, it's Toei. One Piece is Toei.
I've never seen One Piece. I've seen Fairy Tail though.
Yeah, Fairy Tail's Toei. One Piece is Shonen. Because I have a game that's for the PS3. It's called Jump Stars Victory vs. Plus.
Victory versus Plus.
Yeah, it's the extra edition. It's extras. One of my favorite characters in it is Monkey D. Luffy, because his final attack when you get his ultimate meter all the way up, you gotta push the R3 button to activate it. What he does is he shoots one arm all the way back as far as it goes, blows into one thumb, inflates that arm's fist, makes this giant wrecking ball out of his fist, and he uses his haki to turn his arm into metal or whatever, and it's just this wrecking ball. He just destroys everything with it. He does it to both hands.
Oh god.
He jumps up in the air and he starts punching the ground, and it's just rapid punches. And another one, Ichigo from Bleach on it. He's got this special attack where he goes into his
Bankai.
Yeah, his Bankai form with the wraps and everything. He just swings his sword once, and his black wall shoots straight out of it, and whatever it touches just dies.
Yeah, that sounds like Bleach.
And then he dies afterward.
Wait, so it's a suicide attack?
Yeah, it's a suicide attack. It's a nice sacrificial move. Especially if you're right on the verge of winning and your Ichigo's down like 1 HP. You just use that ultimate. Ah! Boom!
I take you down with me.
Take him down with you. And it's actually pretty hard to miss with the move. Well, it's also pretty easy to miss because if you get it lined up, right, you're guaranteed to hit, and it just slices right through everything. Another character I like, Koro Sensei's in it.
Koro Sensei.
You know what his ultimate is?
What?
You know that song he sings about turning the earth into a Koro Sensei face?
Yeah.
He flies the enemy, picks him up, and flies around the world and turns it into Koro Sensei face. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Killua and Gon are both in there. Gon's is his John Kenpo move, and Killua he just electrocutes everything. It's a good game, and if you got a PS3, go look for it if you like Show and Jump, because there are a lot of other characters in it that are a lot of fun.
I might have to look it up.
Goku and Vegeta, I think Vegeta's in it. I know Frieza's in there.
I heard one person diss like every anime that is mainstream enough to be dissed. Except Lucky Star. He had nothing to say about Lucky Star or Fairy Tail.
Lucky Star is
nothing bad.
amazing.
He
Lucky
said-
Star is just perfect. You cannot diss Lucky Star.
He said that if you watch Lucky Star, you like good anime, and he was very upset that Fairy Tail was ending finally.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that Fairy Tail ended, but it is open, and the creator did say something akin to confirming a Nashi. So look forward to that. Hell, I've written fan fictions for Fairy Tail.
I was working on one for a while, but me and my buddy, we gave up on it because we didn't have the materials we needed to make the fan fiction come to life.
One thing I always do, one common theme through all my Fairy Tail fan fictions, is it always ties back to it always ends up tying back to three of my main characters: Ruby, Lily, and Cyrus.
Watch out for the orange.
Yeah, I see it. Cyrus is freaking amazing. His magic is speed, but he uses it so well. If you've ever seen Durarara, think of Isaiah, but moving at almost Mach 4. With knives.
Knives.
This guy will actually just dash towards you, punch you square in the face, and dash back before you even know what happened.
Oh.
He'll be back in his spot before you even feel it hit you. There's actually one scene where he breaks someone's nose by running up, grabbing it, twisting it all the way around, and dashing back. And it's like that one scene in the Marvel universe where Quicksilver sped up so fast that the bullets were like in slow motion to him, and he was moving them around. And this guy didn't even see Cyrus dash up, because Cyrus actually broke his limits and was moving at like Mach 7 to do it. He grabbed this guy by the nose, twisted all the way around, upside down, and ran back. And when this guy got back to his spot, all that anyone watching would see is this guy's nose just suddenly turning around and upside down with this ungodly crack.
Ooh, me sniffer. As James would say.
Worst part is I just have to write this guy sneezing into it. His nose was upside down when he sneezed.
Ah, my eyes.
Ah!
Okay. So, my original, like, when me and my buddy were working on Fairy Tail, there was three main characters that we had. There was his character, which was a Requip user. He was a knight, and he was sent to track down my character and my buddy, who had escaped the Celestial World, to try to save the Celestial World. Celestial spirits are just starting to disappear. No one knows where they're going. They're just disappearing from the Celestial World, and their keys are just breaking. And nobody knows what's happening. The Zodiacs have been forbidden from being summoned. If you try to use their key, they won't come. The Celestial King has pretty much put like the place on lockdown, well, there's this forbidden item called the Mirror of Humanity. No one knows where it came from, but if you touch it, you're basically allowed to go into the human world. You take a human form, and although you're still a celestial spirit, you can't be summoned with a key anymore. And so my character and his buddy, which is named Crush, my character's name was Raid. Crush can't speak. He's from a race called the Blackwings. He doesn't have the ability to speak. Each Blackwing has something, that impairs them. He can't speak. Some Blackwings are blind. Others can't smell anything. Some are completely numb all over. It all depends. He can't talk. He can't, use words.
That's interesting.
My character is a dark magic user, but about my only signature move is creating dark daggers and just blasting my enemies. Crush is a little bit more useful, but he doesn't actually use magic. He just uses raw physical strength and magic resistance.
So it's basically, fuck you, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Yeah, basically, because Crush's human form's a bit smaller, he walks up to this one guy, and he's got like this magic, enhancement, and he's like, "What are you looking at, small fry?" And Crush looks back at Raid, and I just kind of like, I shake my shoulders like, "Go ahead." He cracks his knuckles, and he's like, "Oh, how cute!" And Crush just like almost one-punch mans him straight away.
Ooh. Now I have a re-equip user and a water dragon slayer that I always use. Ruby and Lily, respectively. In the recent fic that I've been writing, yes, I have renamed them. There is a fic online with these two by a different name, I think. I don't remember where it is. But in the recent fic I've been writing, Ruby is like 12 years old and already an S-class in the Fairy Tail Guild. She is that powerful. She is that horrifying. But she's also one of the sweetest little girls you'll ever meet. Same with Lily. They're both S-class and like 12 years old. And they are monsters. Ruby, because her mother is Urza. Her mother is Urza Scarlet. So it's basically a whole lot of fuck you.
Hi, sir.
And Ruby is freaking insane at times. One of the scenes I just wrote into the fanfiction I'm writing, she broke into Lily's house, yelled at Lily right as she's getting up out of bed. What's Ruby do? Punches the door in so hard it flies off its hinges into the room and smashes in the wall over the bed. And then she proceeds to grab Lily out of the bed, yell that we're going to go training like you said, and yeets her out a window onto the beach. It's just like, wah! Ya yeet!
The yeet the fetus.
and Lily jumps up, what the hell, Ruby? Ruby's like, training, and jumps out the window.
Training.
Ah!
I had an Earth Dragon Slayer that I created, but he never actually joined the Fairy Tail Guild. Raid and Crush did fight him, and Raid kind of made a big joke about it because when he used his Earth Dragon Roar, he basically just spits out a bunch of sand, and Raid's like, "Wow, you can spit out sand. Look what I can do." He summons his daggers and his guns, and the Earth Dragon user's like, "Wow, you summon guns. Congratulations."
They're smart asses to each other, aren't they? Heck, I'm gonna write later in the story of how Lily met Ruby. Nobody knows where Lily came from. She just showed up one day. She showed up one day at the guild hall, bashed the door in with somebody, literally threw a man through the door, walked in, said, I'm gonna pay off the damages, and proceeded to beat the living shit out of this guy. Ruby sitting there watching, just at some behind the desk with Lizana, just trying not to laugh, because they know who this guy is. This guy is a wanted criminal, and this little maybe 10-year-old girl is beating his face in. with no magic, just beating his face in. Afterwards, the guy stands up. Lily snaps her fingers. Give me a glass of water. Water dragon roar! Guy gets blasted out the window, all the way out the guild hall, rolling through town until he stops smashing into a statue of Natsu.
I just imagine something like our stuff combined: Earth Dragon roar and Water Dragon roar, and they collide.
Mud Dragon!
And then Rita just be sitting there. Congratulations, you've made Mud Dragon roar.
Since a lot of Dragon Slayers do seem to later on get a double element, I do have a double element planned for Lily. But it can go one of two ways. I'm either going to give her the double element of wind and water, hurricane, or since there's already a Sky Dragon Slayer, Windy Marvel, I could give her another element that I've been thinking of.
Well, I mean, think about it. Gajeel dual wielded with Roach's power, and then Natsu was dual wielding with Loxus's. So it wouldn't be like that much of an inconvenience to use an already existing Dragon Slayer.
Right. But why would two of the sweetest girls ever fight? Because yes, Lily has a violent streak, but only when she needs it.
What about Wendy and what was her name? Girl with the red hair.
What are you talking about?
They eventually became known as the Sky Sisters.
Flare Chrono?
I think so. They fought, but they're both sweet.
Yeah. But Flare wasn't always sweet. But yeah, maybe go with Wendy or better yet. Hear me out. Give the water girl some lightning power. Just Storm Dragon roar. Storm Dragon roar! Blast a freaking current of water blasting you in the chest while you're getting electrocuted.
I kind of one of the reasons I didn't do anything with my Earth Dragon.
Wait, no.
Is because
Nobody's dual wielded with the white dragon.
yeah.
So they dual wield together. There we go. White water. Forget that idea. Just fucking forget that idea.
Holy
that never
water
happened.
roar?
That never happened. I don't want those jokes. No, that never happened. No. I'll just go with poison. You know, poison dragon. Polluted sea.
Polluted sea dragon roar.
Make her have a coughing fit right after. Or make her start throwing up.
Yeah, I didn't use the Earth Dragon guy in the guild because I kind of made him overpowered. As long as he's anywhere near dirt, he can create an unstoppable army, including making a life-size dragon of dirt that has all of his abilities.
Basically, ooh, rock, munch. Bah!
That and as long as he has dirt around him, he can eat it to replenish his power, and his dirt monsters can't be destroyed because they just fuse back together.
In Avatar: The Last Airbender, the waterbenders. That's something that Lily does sometimes. Just starts whipping water around out of two canteens.
So,
she's got two canteens hanging on her side. Wah!
Lily or Juvia would probably be able to beat him correctly, and I believe I'm using Lily right. Lily is the one with the Water Dragon Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lily actually once threatened to eat Juvia alive. Because Juvia pissed her off. I can't remember what the scene was. I think Juvia stole something that she had, not even realizing it. And Lily gives Juvia this look, licks her lip, and says, "I'm going to eat you."
Well, I mean, she is pretty.
Juvia freaking screams and runs away, hiding behind Gray. Gray looks at Gray turns around. "You think hiding behind me will help? She'll eat me too."
Well, the reason I say that either one of those two would be able to beat him easily is because he only has power over dirt. He can't control mud. So as long as they made it completely muddy out, he couldn't actually use his dragon slaying powers except the dirt he already has inside of him.
Drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop.
Which,
Rain woman.
since Juvia can pretty much make it rain wherever she is, I feel like she'd already have the advantage because...
And if Lily's there, Lily just gotta turn her head straight up. Or to look at Juvia. "Let me have your arm." Ah! Chomp!
The only way that Raid and Crush were able to defeat the Earth Dragon Slayer is because Crush literally let himself be eaten by the dragon so he could punch his way out the back and get straight to the Dragon Slayer.
Damn.
And the Earth Dragon Slayer kind of looks at Raid and he's like, "You're not that useful, are you?" And Raid just kind of throws down his guns. He's like, "It's not my fault your stupid mud monsters grow back." And he's like, "I don't do mud, I do dirt." And then he looks at the Earth Dragon Slayer looks at Crush and he's like, "You do all the work, don't you?" Crush just kind of nods. And Raid's like, "I do not. We're partners in this, 50-50. And he thinks about it, 25-75.
There's actually one scene where I do have the whole guild fighting. Basically, what happens is Natsu once again starts it with Gray. Gray and Natsu are going at it. Gray brings up, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't read all the way through the manga or haven't seen the whole anime. Spoiler alert, Natsu is END. Gray brings this fact up and is legit trying to bash Natsu's brains in. So our favorite little water dragon slayer up in the top floor finds out where Natsu's voice is the strongest by listening to the floor. Gets right over there, chunks from her canteen, puts her face right to the floor. Water dragon roar! Blows a hole straight through the floor. Douses Natsu and Gray. They get angry. Natsu throws Gray up the stairs, smashes Loxus in the face with Gray. Loxus gets pissed. Everyone just starts fighting. Wendy's sitting in the corner like, "Here we go again."
I can see in like the Civil War, like somebody coming up to Raid looking around, Crush not being around, just throw down his guns. I give up.
I have wanted to write a Civil War kind of thing going on with Fairy Tail. There's something divides the whole guild. They're divided on one issue and they all start fighting over it. But I haven't figured out a good issue for them divided over it.
I did something like that, and when we was like doing the fan fiction before, it wasn't necessarily like a choice Civil War. There was this guy who came into the town. He seemed really nice. He started talking with about half the guild members, and then he decided that was enough. He thought he'd gotten everybody that was strongest, and so he revealed his power is whoever he talks to, he has mind control over, which creates a huge civil war between the guild. Not only that, but since they have no idea that it was that guy, the guild members that aren't being mind controlled start fighting against each other, thinking that they're spies. So not only do they have the mind controlled guild members coming after them, they're also turning on each other.
Oh, by the way, later on in one of my fics, I'm planning to have. I know a lot of you aren't going to like this, but a lot of the members of the council go down. And go down hard.
Well,
It's because of Cyrus. Cyrus is not only fast and moderately strong, he's also extremely intelligent. He's extremely intelligent, knows how to say stuff to get under people's skin and rile them up. So he
already went down once.
Yeah.
Twice, actually, because...
He gets into the council. he becomes a member of the Magic Council and starts sowing the seeds of distrust between all the other members. They start fighting and start killing each other off. Cyrus takes over.
There's hardly any death in Fairy Tail, though.
Yeah, I know, but
Besides from that, the one arc with the where like every member of the council died.
yeah. But these guys are serious. They start. Cyrus brings in other people to join the council. Among these is one very special OC of mine, who's always wearing you know the metal DDD mask. He's always kind of dressed like DDD with that kind of metal mask. No one knows exactly what his type of magic is. They just know he carries around this giant hammer all the time.
Maybe he's like Crush and he doesn't actually use magic.
Truth be told, this being isn't even human. This being isn't demon, isn't human. What he is he's a special kind of elf.
Huh.
He's a mine elf. His magic is over all metal itself.
Magneto.
That's why he's carrying that hammer. That's a forging hammer. And he's actually in a tall suit. Because mine elves only stand about 4 foot high. They're often confused for dwarves. There's this one, and eventually Agagio Agagio's going to get into this and try to fight this mine elf. Agagio gets wrecked because the mine elf actually starts twisting and bending the iron in his blood.
Well, wouldn't that work with anybody?
Yeah, that's why the mine elf's terrifying. He does the blood bending thing like waterbenders, but he's using iron in people's blood. And for somebody like Gagiel, it's twice as bad, if not 3 times. Because of all that metal. There's actually a point, I'm going to have it written into there's actually a point where he rips all the rivets right out of Gagiel's face.
You make Fairy Tail terrifying.
Yeah, he rips the rivets out of Gagiel's face, pulls him into his hand, puts his hands together, and actually makes a statue of Gagiel and starts beating him in the head with it. All because Gagiel knocked the little elf out of his tall suit.
I'd like to say that, my characters were, extremely overpowered in council material, but as you can probably guess by, Raid having crushed everything, Raid's not all that useful in, combat or even as an intelligent person.
What if Raid started fighting Mine Elf? I haven't given him a name yet either.
Okay, so...
I think it could call him something like Adrio.
Raid is technically an entire shadow on the inside. No blood, no insides, nothing like that.
Oh, God.
Because he is a shadow celestial spirit. So, aside the fact that he has no iron in his body, his weapons are guns. Those are made of iron. So he really wouldn't have anything to fight with. You don't want to leave him.
Yeah.
He can use light dark magic without his guns, but I'm pretty sure that it'd be a huge disadvantage there.
Yeah.
And with Crush actually has a gauntlet that's invisible on his arm. It's a restraining gauntlet.
It's made of metal, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So he started punching himself in the face just randomly. Because the Mine Elf can sense metal. He knows where metal is. He can sense it around him. So basically, Crush his hand, bang, bang, bang. Or you'd actually turn Crush on Raid.
Thanks for holding on to my pants for me.
Okay.
There's actually one arc where it's I lead people to believe that Raid dies because there's this he has one ultimate move.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we're running short on time, and
Well, I'll tell you independently. We'll end the video here.
yeah. Signing off, Cryos Blaze.
Pasta la pasta. See you later.